Industrialization was transforming the nation, creating a small Anglo-American business elite with unprecedented wealth and power, a thriving middle class, and an even more rapidly expanding class of industrial wage earners, more and more of whom were newcomers to U.S. shores. Although the standard of living for U.S. industrial workers was better than that of European workers, the gap between rich and poor was growing wider and wider. Before the Civil War, the United States had been a nation of farmers.
As of 1875, most people are working in very small workplaces. Most Americans would be working on farms. Even in large cities, which had emerged by this time, most people would be working in small workshops.
By 1900, 2/3 of all workers labored for wages. People who used to work for themselves were now being treated like cheap, interchangeable parts in the nation's vast industrial machine. Although wages held steady with prices, most working-class families couldn't survive on the income of a single wage earner. To make ends meet, women and children joined the industrial workforce in huge numbers. Many women worked as factory operatives, especially in the garment and textile industries. They labored under terrible conditions, putting in long hours for a fraction of the wages men received. As an experienced female tailor explained,
"I have worked from dawn to sunset, not stopping to get one mouthful of food for 25 cents.
Employers insisted that women themselves drove down wages by flooding the market with their labor. In the late 19th century, 1 out of every 5 children under the age of 16 worked.
Many children were forced to work because of the economy. Their families would have suffered even greater poverty if they did not go ahead and work.
Children would go into mines and into factories at a very young age. It was not unusual to see 10-year-olds in factories and in mines. This was a life where children grew up with very little education and very little time to play and really even be children.